All right. Can anybody hear me? Alrighty, so can anybody hear me? Okay, we got a couple yeses. We got a couple. Damn, Chris. I know you just want to be like a contrarian over here, but like, come on now. All right, so it is 5 o'clock EST, and I would like to welcome everybody to BrayBray Live on this March 28th, 2025. And I actually wasn't initially going to stream today, but I figured, I have some time, and I'm kind of bored, so I figured, I'd just stream what I'm doing on the LMW, talk about some things going on the Lost Media scene, talk about some funny things, including, but not limited to, the brand new Captain Underpants information that has been found. And trust me, you're hearing it first here on the BrayBray channel because, woo boy, there's quite a lot to get to there. I'm also going to talk about some brand new videos that you should be seeing very, very soon on the channel. I have a very, very arduous and long video coming out quite soon. I am almost done with the script on it, but also I have a little bit of a announcement to tell you all here on BrayBray Live, and I hope it's kind of a big thing because this is involving like several different Lost Media people in the community, and it's going to be pretty epic. It's going to be like, I don't know, a month-long event, which, I mean, we haven't really had a big event in the Lost Media scene in quite a while, so that should be quite exciting. So, needless to say, let's jump right into the stream, and I'll start to go over things. So, what I've been doing, and I started this earlier today, I've been so the LMW, right? It's a pretty fun site. We all love the LMW. Now, their server not so much, but I mean, the site is still the best resource for Lost Media you can probably get in this damn community. Considering the fact that, the LMA, it's filled with little kids, it pretty much lives up to its reputation at this point. But LMW, pretty fun site, you got a lot of Lost Media on there. It certainly serves to be the best resource. So, what I've been doing is there is a specific category on the site called needing work, and there are articles on the site, they don't necessarily live up to the site's high standards of, engagement or things like that. Yes, we are about to get some Lost prototypes. It's funny that you say that because I was actually talking about that with a couple of my friends earlier. So, yes, we are going to, in fact, apparently Konami has been holding on to 30-year-old prototypes and is finally releasing them. Yeah, I did hear about that, and that is definitely crazy because, we see a lot of video game companies, they have a lot of these just random prototypes laying around, and a lot of people, they're interested in the early content of games and whatnot, so I feel like, that's kind of a big deal because you don't see that a lot from a lot of big gaming companies. And, I've engaged with that, personally speaking, when I've created various LMW articles. I've covered various video game prototypes in the past, random pieces of Lost Media, every canceled Virtual Boy game, things like that. And definitely one of my favorite categories of Lost Media, personally speaking. So, back to what I was saying about the LMW. There's this category on the site called needing work, and it basically has all of the articles, that don't live up to the site standards in terms of, they might not have references, or they might be organized very poorly or formatted not in the correct way, stuff like that. And what I've been doing is I've been trying to remove articles off this list gradually. Now, there's like hundreds and hundreds of these, by the way, so it's definitely going to take quite a bit to get all of them just figured out. So I've just been chipping away at it over the past few weeks, I guess you could say. I mean, it's been quite a while since I've actually, like, seriously considerably contributed to the LMW, and I figured, this would be a fun thing to do while I stream, because it's definitely one of those things that needs to be sorted out, I guess you could say, to make the LMW a spick and span place. One second, y'all, I'm gonna... Alright, I'm back after that brief interruption, so we should go to the LMW now and see what I've been doing. Oh boy. Wait, was this confirmed? What do you mean by that? Nora's Lost Media Archives? Oh, any me and my friends news? I mean, I know a lot of people who are involved in the search, but I don't think there's been any me and my friends news. But they do in fact live in the sand, like Miles said. Only real ones know that. The meerkats, we love the meerkats here on the BrayBray channel. It's funny because I was at, like, this garden place. It was like a sculpture garden slash butterfly exhibit, and, they had this, like, cool little greenhouse space, and they have various, like, sculptures of random things, and it's funny, because I went in there, and the first thing you see when you get in there is this, like, little sculpture, and it has, like, 5 little meerkats. And that instantly reminded me of Me and My Friends, because, we all love Me and My Friends. It's the piece of lost media to be reckoned with. Oh yes, I do remember that, Miguel Diaz, the whole, what was it called? It was the songs about Lori Salvatore, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I do in fact remember that, yeah, it seems that you were super dedicated to that search, and I am glad to hear that a lot of that stuff got found, or at least partially found. Anyways, so I'm going to go on the LMW here. I'm going to continue editing this article, which did in fact have an Indian work tag. It was about At Your Own Risk, the partially lost Tyler the Creator album from 2008. That's back in the good old days of MySpace, So, I think the problem with this article, now, I am going to copy and paste this back into the LMW. I think it had a lack of references, and what I did was, I'm trying to, well, okay, here's how the article was formatted before. So, basically, how the LMW works in terms of references, there are specific parameters you have to meet in terms of, like, how the references should work. So it has to be a specific category on the page, but also it has to, like, link to specific parts in the article, similar to how you would see it on, like, Wikipedia or, like, any other wiki for that matter. It's usually, like, a number within the brackets, and it's usually at the end of, like, a sentence or someplace in the text. And this article right here, it really didn't have that. It just has them listed down here, and they're really disconnected from the article itself. So, yeah, it had a tag on it, needing work to do with lack of references. So what I did was, I took these references right here, and I'm still in the process of doing this. I'm taking these references, and I'm putting them in the article itself by using the specific parameters necessary to actually link them. Yeah, hopefully the last 3 songs get found. I actually knew about this article before, or at least this topic, because I watched All Things Lost video on the Tyler the Creator stuff, and needless to say, it is pretty interesting from a preservation standpoint, Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much almost found. Yeah, Angry Ginger, so 1201, Sorry, and 7-Up Girl. Now, it's pretty epic. Pretty epic. Yeah, no problem, Miguel Diaz. I mean, I know you had a lot of passion in that search, and I figured, I'd at least bring it up here, considering that you wanted me to sort of, just chill out. Yeah. Okay. So, I know this might not be the most exciting stream so far, but trust me, it's gonna ramp up. You're gonna love the BrayBray style. The BrayBray style. It's the best kind of style. So, I wonder what this YouTube link is. Let's go to it. I'm worried though. Is this gonna be something terrible? Oh, it's a video from 2011, and it's apparently one of the songs. It's this Charlie Brown outfit he's wearing. Look at that. It's like Charlie Brown, but like reversed. It's got like the little squiggle across it. Yeah, yeah, it's been a while since I streamed. The last time I streamed was back in December, and it's funny that you say that because I initially planned more stream dates, in the future, but obviously I couldn't really fit that into my schedule, especially, with school and making videos and whatnot. So I'm just glad I could be able to do it today and, just get something going here. Yeah, so there's a lot of people in this comments just like acknowledging the legend himself, Tyler. Yeah, so this is apparently one of the songs that was a part of the album, or at least one of the lists of the album. I know it says on here there are 2 official track lists that exist for the album, with the only difference being that a song called Hello is the 8th track on the first track list, but is unconfirmed if the song is real. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if this sentence matches up with like the current version of the article, because obviously stuff has been updated over time to make sure that things are up to date and completely found, but oh yeah, it's funny that you say that, Syndicates. I did in fact look into that on the stream itself, and also I did look into it sort of like after the stream. Yo, what's up, Mr. Bones? How we doing today? Oh wow, we got all the gang here. We got Mr. Bones, we got Yoshi. So, Syndicates, back to what you were saying. I did look into that thing, and it does seem pretty interesting from a general preservation standpoint, because obviously with that whole video I released back near Christmas about the Charlie Brown Lost Laugh track, that definitely relates into it, and honestly, I could see myself covering that in some sort of future video, although it might have to like go into some sort of compilation, because I feel like, it's one of those things where I feel like the topic's just too small to cover it in like a general like video sense. I could easily get like maybe like a 5 or 6 minute segment out of it, but other than that, I feel like it's just one of those things. It's definitely interesting. I will definitely look more into it. We could even look into it later on in the stream. So that is definitely a possibility. Anyways, in terms of this YouTube link on the article, we're going to go up here. So what I did was I put this thread in. Oh, you got to see this thread, by the way. It's funny. Okay. So I'm going to go to this thread. It's funny. So this is some like forum thread on the site Kanye to the. It's a forum community dedicated to Kanye West fans and enthusiasts. I don't think there's many of those anymore. Just saying. And it's funny because like this general like forum like board they use, I don't know what you would call it, like forum thing. It's funny because they have the recommended communities over here. One of the first ones is the GMC Acadia forum, which is kind of funny. It's just kind of funny, It's just a funny one. Yes, he did in fact make Graduation. Don't forget that. He also made My Dark Twisted Fantasy and Donda. Donda's the GOAT. Anyways, I was gonna probably put the YouTube link. Now, I'm a little bit more, I guess, skittish when it comes to like YouTube links and using them as like references in the page itself, because YouTube links, first of all, you could put them in like the actual article itself. You can embed it. But also, like, on the other hand, I feel like they work as, like, general resources. If there's, like, a specific piece of information that's only in one YouTube video, I think they could definitely work there. But, I don't know, from what it seems, this is just, like, a video of the song. Now, I'm not going to actually, like, play it, probably just for copyright reasons, but I could definitely put this in the article itself as sort of an embed, unless it's some other link in here. Now, looking at these other links, though, they seem to be to other random sites, so I don't know this pillowcase type platform shit, but it's definitely something. I think this is looking good so far, though, in terms of... Should probably remove the S. It's just one reference so far. Now, if I can find more references, I definitely will go back and fix this article, but if you were to look up At Your Own Risk Tyler, and I did do this earlier, you can see it's mostly just general, like, databases, which, you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with those in general, but as for, like, actual, like, references, since these are publicly editable types of resources, you know, they really don't work well in terms of actually referring to them. Yeah, you got like Mixtape Monkey. It's just a bunch of random links that reference the article, or sorry, the album to it, but yeah. I don't know, I think this is looking pretty fresh. You know, I might want to put a little chef's kiss on it. Mwah! You know, it's just one of those articles. One of those articles. Yeah, it's funny, Bones. I was gonna actually talk about that a little bit later on in the stream after I go over like my future videos and whatnot. I was gonna, you know, save it as a little surprise for, you know, towards, not necessarily towards the end, but maybe towards like the middle of this stream. You know, we can go over the What Found Captain Underpants pages. It's definitely one of those things that excited me and a lot of other people. You know, I'm just kind of rubbing my hands together over here. I'm like, ooh boy, it's time to get in those Captain Underpants pages, you know. Fun times indeed. So, anyways, this article should be nice and done. It should be nice and delicious. It's like a little cake. You can eat it up and have a lot of fun. Super Mario 64, I baked a cake for you. So, this is that needy work category I was talking about. So, we go back here, this is towards like the top of the page, and as you can see, it is gone. So a little bit of a, yeah, 10 out of 10 edit indeed. Yeah, listen, I'm glad I wrote it too, Yoshi, because I mean, it's definitely one of those things, and I have to give you credit for this too, because you're the one who initially like went over it and actually introduced it to me. I mean, it's definitely bloomed into something I couldn't even imagine. So, I mean, it's definitely taken off as its own search, and I'm glad to see where it goes next. And I'll tell you, I don't want to spoil anything for later, but I will tell you that there is some breaking news on the search that could potentially blow this entire thing wide open, so look forward to that. Now listen, you definitely should make an update video over it once everything is complete and over with. You know, I would definitely wait until we actually get, like, the comic found itself, which I am pretty confident that we will get this thing found within the next, I don't know, month or so, because, yes, you do, yeah. Shh. We gotta keep it quiet. We gotta keep it, you know, on the down low for now, but this is going to be some news that blows the entire search, hopefully, wide open. Because, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, it's hard for it to fail. Because you got a lot of things that are for it rather than against it, you know. It's not like the Me and My Friends search, where it's just a bunch of things that come together. They really don't lead to anything. And, you know, you get so close sometimes, but it feels like you're still so far away from actually getting it found. Yeah, you got so much videos. I can relate to that, Bones. I can totally relate to that. It's funny. But yeah, that's definitely the state of the Captain Underpants search as of right now. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just wait till a little bit later. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, so which one should we do next? Now, there were a couple I did earlier. It was quite fun. There was this one. It was like about the Archie Sonic comics, the whole Ken Pender shit going on with that. That was funny, or at least one on. I'm gonna say this Peanuts one. Speaking of Peanuts, by the way, Bill Melendez Productions. Now, this was the production company that was involved with much of the Peanuts stuff that came out in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Yeah, Yoshi, me and my friend Serge, definitely a hoot. Woo boy. So, this one has been tagged needing work to its potential for better references. So, I wonder what's so bad about these references. What horror? Oh yeah, it's Wikipedia. Fun little Wikipedia moment, if I do say so myself. And there's no references on this page either. That's great. Although there is a link to the studio's website, and I do remember going on this when I actually checked out this page back when it was new and fresh. I'm gonna enter the site with sound. I'd be such a bad boy over here. Yeah, he is an underrated animation legend. I do in fact agree with that. Although it seems that his legacy is definitely there with all of the things he's done, whether it be Peanuts or the non-Peanuts stuff, which this article goes over, so. Wow, look at this technology really showing off here. Tis be true, Bones. Tis be true, because, like, I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to keep up with everything that has gone on with that search. And, you know, I hear you guys yap about that search all the time, and it just seems so hard. I couldn't even imagine just, you know, being directly involved with all those, like, branches and all those little kids, you know. You gotta corral them up, you know. Fun times indeed. Anyways, what do we got here? Blah, 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 blah. Man. Yeah, it's actual torture. Seems to just be contacts. Television. I will say I'm liking the animations they got on this website here. It definitely feels, you know, early to mid 2000s, you know, back when the internet was new and everyone was trying to make their stuff more technologically advanced. He made some commercials. It's pretty fucking funny. Listen, I am still waiting for the day that pilot gets dumped onto, like, Reddit or, like, gets leaked through some sort of random source. Because it could definitely happen. I mean, I'm surprised it hasn't happened, considering we've gotten so close so many times. Can you actually, like, watch the commercials on here? Oh. And there's two different... Yeah, me and my friends. That search has just been wild. There's a lot going on here. What the hell is this shit? What is playing? This webpage is, like, breaking as I go more into it. Guess I gotta close that out. Go back. Anyways, let's go back here, and we're gonna go edit this page. We're gonna go remove the Wikipedia whatnot from it. I have not heard of the Lost DK website, although it seems like something that, like, LSSQ would cover, I feel. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna just take this website. I'm honestly surprised it's still up and running. It seems like one of those things, you know, that would go down in, like, the 2010s, but... There's also no period at the end of this paragraph. I hate to be the grammar Nazi, but like, come on now. You gotta use your periods. You gotta. My mama always taught me. You gotta eat your veggies. You gotta eat your fruits. You also have to end your sentences with periods. Also, this info box is just broken. It's funny. I don't think it's supposed to be like that, but hold on here. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go see what other parameters I have to meet. I'm just gonna use this article. Title, image caption. Oh, title. Okay. Okay. Bill. Shit. Okay, that should be good now. Yeah, I know. I never do that on Discord, but I would do it on the LMW though, because it's the LMW. You got to be more professional. You got to be more pizzazzy. You got to be more stylish. Fun times. Fun times. Just gotta check this out. Yeah, so this article is a little bit weird. I mean, usually what you would see on the LMW is you would have, if there's like a page for like a specific thing they're talking about in the article, they would, do a typical blue text, overlay it, but it says right here, see the article itself for more information. You don't really see that a lot. I mean, I like it here because I feel like it just generally like saves a lot of text on the page, just refers you to another part of the site. Chris says that's lame. Shit. But yeah. Work my way from the bottom here. I feel like that's better for like a page like this. So I'm gonna go to the videos here. We're gonna fix that. Categories are looking good. References are looking snazzy, although I do have to fix those. Go back to this page here. I'm just going to use this as probably just a general reference across the article because it's one of those things, you see it, definitely has a lot of info on it, definitely worth using. Bill Melendez's page, I guess you would say, or website. Yeah, website, sure. Type today. Retrieved 28th of March 25. Also use the ref name so that way we got it for future use. The M. Let's see what other parts of the article this reference could be used on. I gotta remove the rest of the Wikipedia references. Those are definitely scattered throughout. That might be a little bit of a challenge, but it's definitely a thing that needs to be fixed. Bill Melendez Productions, also known as Melendez Films or Melendez Features Incorporated, was an animation studio founded in 1962 by Bill Melendez and his son Stephen Melendez. There's one. Did not mean to do that. That's funny. Okay. Where were we? Okay. So there's a Wikipedia article for Babar the Elephant. So I'm gonna go here. It seems like this one right here is just generally related to the book in which the short was based on. Although I'm not sure. Is there a Wikipedia article based on the film itself? Doesn't look like it. So what I try to do, yeah, me and my patience growing thin. Listen, It is a hoot. It is a hoot. That search is definitely something else. It is definitely something this community has never seen before, nor I don't think it'll see anything like it in the future. So I removed the first Wikipedia article. Babar. There it is. You know what I could do too? I could just go to find and then put Wikipedia in here. Remove that. You're gone. Goodbye. Ooh, 2 of them at once? Yummy, yummy in my tummy. We'll eat that up. Yo ye mis amigos. Yes, indeed, Miles. Listen, I've actually thought about bringing on people. It's funny that you say that. I've thought about bringing people onto BrayBray Live, you know, to do it with 1 or 2 other people, and that'd be kind of like Lost Cast. Only real ones remember Lost Cast, the best Lost Media podcast around. I'll have to see, Miles. I'll have to see. It will definitely be sometime in the future. Sometime in the future. I'm not going to be specific. I'm not going to actually throw out a date out there and be like, yeah, of course, can't forget the iconic Mr. Bones episode. Yeah, the iconic Mr. Bones special episode of Lost Cast. Back in the early days of whatever the hell it was called. Fucking... So I removed those Wikipedia articles. Let's see what else. That's not supposed to be there, by the way. I gotta fix that. Why the hell is it just hanging out there? That's what she said. But... yeah, I mean, what other references would I use on here? I mean, it seems like a lot of this stuff does have like specific references to it online. Like if I were to look up Yes Virginia, there is a Sam. This is another book. Of course it's another book. Why wouldn't it be? So now I have to specify the short film, whatever the hell it was. The animated Christmas special. I'm just gonna copy that, put it into Google. This is another wiki, so I can't... Sound effects wiki, what the hell? Why does the sound effects wiki have a page on this? Oh, sound effects used. Sound ideas, cartoon telephone, hang up receiver. Sound ideas, cartoon telephone, pick up receiver. Very funny. Is there like a soundbite? Okay, here it is. Very exciting. Let's look at hang up receiver. Oh, door would close. Oh, this one should be good. This one should be good. Alright, get ready. You're about to hear the most mind-blowing sound effect you will ever hear in your life. Sounds like a Minecraft door sound. It might actually be. The Lost Shittos mobile game search is dealing with some major drama right now, I think. It sounds like some LMA shit going on. Status found. Locked behind a paywall. Don't tell Shish. He'll go apeshit. Yeah, I really don't like how they format some of these paragraphs in this article. This just looks fucking weird. I should, yeah. I mean, the thing about the LMA nowadays is that they actually removed a lot of the, like, boring, like, stupid articles. But they also removed a lot of, like, the random bullshit articles on there, too. And it's kind of dumb now. Like, I mean, it's weird to say, like, the LMA is normal, because no one is normal on the LMA, but it seems like the mods actually did their jobs for once and actually did shit to clean up the site, which I do have to give them credit for, because that site was, like, the hellhole for the longest time. It still is, but, like, I mean, you at least have to give some credit on that front. Just trying to fix some of these titles here. Now, this is some thrilling stuff. Yeah, I think it's time we update one of the articles that we worked on, Miles said. Which article are you talking about? Was it that all-new Jeopardy pilot one? The Lost Doug Walker beer opener. Hold on, I gotta look this up. That's his full name, Douglas Doug Darian Walker. He was born in Italy, in Naples? That's crazy. What does this say? This doesn't say anything about a beer opener. They must have deleted the article on the LMA. Yeah, that's what I assumed, Miles. We can definitely get around to fixing that. That was one of the articles that me and him created on the site. I will go show this, present this to the masses. Alright, the all-new Jeopardy! Lost Unsold pilot for NBC Game Show 1977. So, Miles actually wrote the majority of this, but I formatted it to be a part of the LMW. It is a pretty good article, if I do say so myself, you know. Totally not biased on that front. But, you know, me and him, we would say we're like Jeopardy enthusiasts, especially on the Lost Media front. You know, we like Barbara Lowe. We love Barbara Lowe. I'm saying that in a sneaky Miles voice. We created the article about the SpongeBob Jeopardy appearance, if you all remember this from last year. This was actually one of the bigger searches. Yeah, Yoshi, they actually are trying to crack down on, like, the bullshit articles on there, which I do have to give them credit for on a lot of fronts. Yeah, I mean, who actually does use the... I mean, kids. Yeah, kids, honestly. Like, I feel like a lot of those kids, you know, they don't even know the LMW exists. You know, their whole introduction to Lost Media was through the LMA. You know, you kind of gotta feel bad. You should check out the Space Command article. I helped write it. I can definitely do that. Space Command is a Canadian sci-fi adventure series directed by Murray Sharecover, I don't know how to pronounce that, and written by Alfred Harris. The series aired on CBC television from March 1953 to May 1954. The series was notable for featuring James Doohan, prior to him playing his breakout role as Scotty on Star Trek, as well as a cameo from William Shatner, also of Star Trek fame. Despite the fact that the series was popular at the time of airing, the series was wiped by CBC television in one of the only notable cases of Canadian television wiping. Yeah, I did actually hear that, well, okay, when I created my video on the whole Lost Canadian exorcism, I actually did hear that the CBC was a lot better in terms of preserving their shit than a lot of the other networks were around the world, so, like, they were a lot better than BBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, a lot of those networks. I'm going to go back here for a moment. Let's see what we got going. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this other stuff can stay probably. I feel like it was just some general formatting things that were messed up. Yeah, so we got a heading, a subheading, a sub-subheading. Gotta love the sub-subheading. One of my favorite headings. It's funny that you say that, Bones, because the Switch 2 Direct, it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Where was that at? Babar 3. That's what it was. I mean, I guess I'll just minimize this down to a regular subheading. I don't think it needs to be the big heading. But listen, the new Mario Kart is definitely the thing I'm looking forward to the most in that Direct, because, you know me, I'm the Mario Kart king, per se. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just general formatting stuff. I don't think we need to interfere with a lot of that. Yeah, Tomodachi Life 2. That's definitely something. I mean, I've never been a huge Tomodachi Life person. I know a lot of people who are, though, so that's definitely exciting to them. I'm over here with my chocolate milk, you know, just sipping it down. I got a big glass over here. I like to fill it with chocolate milk, you know, just like to sip it down, especially while I'm streaming, you know, having a lot of good times here on the stream, drinking chocolate milk. LSSQ has been alerted. Yeah, LSSQ's alarm's just going off. It's probably going to be like, Bray? Alright, what was I going to do? Okay, I had to go get references right. Problem was I couldn't find a lot for this Babar animated special. Babar 3. There's 2 of them. I don't know. It seems like someone was definitely passionate when creating this article. I feel like a lot of this stuff's just general, like, original research that they got off the top of their head or just saw and then, you know, put down. Which, that's definitely a good way to go about creating an article, but I feel like just in general, like, I prefer, you know, just taking the facts and then rewording them to fit what I want to say personally in an informational and factual manner. Is this like a... this is one of those, like, IMDb sites. Here's a Wikipedia article. Well, this is not for the same thing. This is from 2009. There's a Betamax release of this shit. It's wild. $20 too. That's actually not that bad. It was found though, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Existence unconfirmed. I mean, if I can just find references for a couple of these, like 1, 2, or 3 of them, 1 to 3, that should be good, but I don't know. Let's go back here. Molly and the Skywalkers. What is this? I mean, it seems like this already has a page on the LMW, so it's reflected here, which I do like the way this is formatted, so I'm going to keep that. Check Discord DMs. Yo! Miles, you can't just drop this on me while I'm streaming. Dog. No way. Was this from the UCLA archives, too? Okay, so a quick little breaking news update for you all. So remember how I was talking about the all-new Jeopardy pilot? Miles just said to me in all caps, and I don't know, should I read this, Miles? I mean, you just said, Bray, check Happy News chat, 77 pilot was found. Hold on, let me download this real quick. Let me show you all this sweet little tea we have here. Dropping the big stuff. Y'all see this, right? Y'all actually see this. Okay. Miles said it came from Facebook. We're seeing lost media get found in real time on the stream. Oh my god. Listen. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised because it was confirmed to still exist in the UCLA archives, and... Yes, okay, Bones, that Amazon gift card is definitely yours. That is definitely insane. Wow. Holy shit. Shit, did I have this on my bingo card? Yeah, I mean, I would assume so, Yoshi. I mean, it was definitely the easiest way to find the episode from what we could tell when we were reading the article, so... This shit is just wild. Damn, more Blue's Clues Korean episodes got found? Okay, we gotta put a lot of this stuff on the backlog. Like, we got Captain Underpants, we got Blue's Clues episodes, Blue's Clues Korean episodes getting found, sorry. We got the Jeopardy pilot getting found while I'm streaming, good lord. Yeah, it even has the production card intact. That's when you can tell it's the master copy. Yeah, just a lot going on right now. A lot of shit just going down in the lost media scene. Woo boy. Every time something older than me and my friends getting found is slowly but surely driving me more insane. LMAO, yeah. Listen, it's funny because me and my friends isn't even that old in the grand scheme of things. I mean, when you consider we have, like, lost media from, like, ancient Roman shit. It's wild, but, like... I mean, considering that this has gotten found, like... It's just... It's crazy. It's truly crazy. Yeah, and Ray Slimpics, another one of the people, he was the one who sent me those Jeopardy episodes that were uploaded on my second channel a while back, and he also messaged me with the Facebook post where the all-new Jeopardy pilot got found. Where's this from? Oh, Adam to Death. Wasn't this the person who found those Barbara Lowe tapes? That's definitely a connection right there. Yeah, so, Barbara Lowe, we all love Barbara Lowe, one of the greatest game show contestants of all time. Truly up there with the all-time greats. Yeah, I mean, technically it was found, but, like, it's not found in the traditional sense, so... Yeah, hold on. Yoshi said make the report, so we'll go on to the LMW here. Report newly found media. Just, holy shit. Stuff just happens, like... Of course, I start streaming, then shit starts happening, and then I have to talk about it, then I have to put everything else on the back burner. I mean, I can't even say I'm mad. I mean, I'm not mad at all, but, like... of course this happens, like, legit, while I just start streaming, you know? We got breaking news that just... comes on. Okay. What are we looking at here? So, the all-new Jeopardy status found by Adam to Death. Available at, I could probably put the Facebook phone, copy link. Oh, you're right. Hold on. I have to put the... Shit. And I have to put the title up here. I'm just going to copy it from the thing. Yeah, it's been a while since I actually did a report on this. Found by... Yeah, report... Oh, this is for LMW users. Okay. Hold on. How would I go about doing this in a way that's like... Okay. I haven't made a report in a long-ass time, so... Oh, you gotta click on the name when it appears. Okay. So we want Adam to Def. Okay, that makes sense. So... Yeah, this looks correct. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, that happened. So, it's funny. It's really funny how this stuff just happens when I'm streaming, and, it makes my head explode. My head explodes, it's a Pentium 4, overclocked, don't even got the water cooler going, just explodes. Alright, let's see this shit. There it is, right there. It's beautiful. The all new Jeopardy pilot. I gotta edit this article too, so that way we just have it updated. Yeah, update this to found. I'm just gonna take a found info box, and then I can replace all the details. It's funny. It truly is funny. I still can't get over it. I probably shouldn't have done that. Hold on here. I'm just going to put this right here. Image. This was found on the 28th of March. Found by... I'm going to put this in brackets so I can get the link to it. Adam to Def. Remove the other info box. Check this out. So Sonic BC Jr. says, I wish there was new information for the Blue's Clues UK and Latin pilot, and I don't know if Nick has a copy. Yeah, I mean, I would assume that Nick has a copy, considering that it seems like their archives are pretty full in terms of that stuff, but I don't know, when it comes to, like, the international stuff, I don't know, like, what category that would fall under. What might fall under some of their international international subsidiaries. Shit, I can't talk today. And, obviously with international stuff, stuff that's outside of the U.S., that stuff might be harder to find. I mean, we've definitely seen it with the Blue's Clues Lost International adaptations, so who knows, honestly, when those things are going to get found, if they ever get found at all. Although, we did have, and you did say this earlier, we did see some Blue's Clues Korean episodes get found last month, so there's still a lot of updates on that front. Okay. On March 28th, 2025, 28th, game show in, I guess, enthusiast. think we did this initial. I want to see how the Barbara Lowe article reads their page, because I know he's involved with that whole thing too. Damn, it doesn't even mention him in this article. I don't know, it must not be notable enough. Game show enthusiast Adam to Death. Yeah, he also thinks someone named Lana. Who's Lana? I have no clue. Okay. Oh no, it seems like she's been diagnosed with breast cancer. Lana's also a devout fan of Jeopardy, and I know I have a lot of followers looking in, so for Lana, if she gets 1,500 worth of donations, I'm going to post something on this page for her to watch. It's okay if you folks end up watching it too. That's sweet. Oh, that's actually like a really nice backstory to it. So, people donated enough money to Lana, and it seems that she put this out as sort of like a thank you gift for everybody, and what a nice story. Like, legit, like, I mean, this is the stuff that just happens, like, while I'm streaming too. Like, it's just crazy. Still trying to wrap my head around it, you know, because obviously I was personally involved with creating the article, so was Miles on this whole piece of lost media, and you know, it's just crazy. It's crazy to think about. It's crazy, you know, we're dealing with this like right now. Alright, so if I go back here, I should probably link the post in some sort of capacity. Game show enthusiast Adam to Death. And full pilot onto his Facebook account. I'm going to reference that. I'm not going to talk about the whole backstory. I'm going to have to download this too, so that way, just in case it gets taken down or something like that, which I doubt it will, but it's better to be safe than sorry. The copy was a thank you gift from his friend Lana, who reached a certain threshold after copy of the pilot posted, I should probably say, reached a certain threshold of donations after being diagnosed. Talk about a wholesome ending to this search. That is definitely what we live for in the lost media scene. Oh my, look at that. On another top, it's funny. I want to go on a tangent here. Look at the fire-ass graphics they got behind the thing. This is truly like one of the peak Jeopardy sets. Look at that. Look at that. Like, they got like star icons for their podiums. That's pretty cool. It's pretty fire. I don't know. Let's get back to here. Why is it? Why can't I fucking copy the link? Anyways, copy link. Retrieved. Okay. Let's check this out. This is looking pretty good. I don't know if there's anything else we need to fix here. Put involvement. This is looking fire. This is looking like chef kiss. Mwah. Delicious. Oh shit, Miles. I have Discord pulled up. Hold on here. I guess I will embed the link to it on archive.org, so... Pretty cool, pretty cool. Video. It is certainly a video, that's for sure. I have to get the embed link. Wrong site, shit. Guess I'll just do this. Get that. Archive.org. I gotta put the thing right here. Put the thing. I gotta put the hawk in Tua, as Miles would say. The full pilot. There we go. There we go. Okay, this should work. I gotta show the preview though. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Yummy, yummy. Looking pretty delicious. And there it is. Our grand reveal. It is crazy. Listen, I can't even get over this. This is just insane info, you know. Of course it drops while I'm streaming, you know, and I gotta go to the LMW article and edit it and update everything. It's definitely something. It's definitely something, you know. Perfect indeed, Angry Ginger. So Mel Ribbon-Claw said, Granio the Imp is lost? What is that? That kind of sounds familiar. Does it have a page on the LMW? We did in fact witness history. History is being witnessed on the BrayBray Live on March 28th, 2025. Doesn't seem like there's anything on the LMW about this. But yeah, yeah, Bones, what is up? So, you didn't miss much. I just finished editing the all-new Jeopardy page, updating the all-new Jeopardy page on the LMW. It's pretty fire. Pretty historic things being found here on BrayBray Live. What is this? Blinking red Granio the Imp? I'm scared to click images. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Is this you, Mel? Some pretty fire art here you got. Damn. Anyways, so, okay. I feel like it's time to bring up Captain Underpants now. I ain't gonna lie, now that Mr. Bones is back, he's ready to witness the madness that has unfolded over the past 24 hours. Hell, over the past week with this entire search. I feel like, it's worth covering the whole Captain Underpants debacle. I'm just gonna go to the front page of the LMW so we can see this. Yeah, this search, oh boy, you think, the amount of updates that have just come out in the search over the past week or so is just insane. It is insane. And there's potentially going to be even more that comes out of this search soon, so buckle in, boys. It's about to be 14 beers down behind the wheel of an old Mercury Grand Marquis. Okay, so for a little bit of background info, this is, yes, I do in fact know now, Mel. So, for a little bit of background info, the really cool adventures of Captain Underpants. So, Yoshi was the one, he was in the chat earlier, obviously, he might still be here. He was the one who initially introduced me to this entire search, and I created this article on the LMW about it. So, this is basically a prototype novel of the famous Captain Underpants series of books that released in the the late 90s and released through, I think, the early 2010s by good old Dave Pilkey. Here's our boy Dave Pilkey right there. Very low quality image, only 150 by 171. So, this guy right here, that's a little too close for comfort. So, this guy right here, during his enrollment at Kent State University in Kent, Ohio, he created the Captain Underpants character in the late 80s, specifically 1989, for this book called The Really Cool Adventures of Captain Underpants, and the novel is only 48 pages long and was self-published by Pilkey, selling for 10 cents at various stores in around the Kent area. A portion of the profits made from the limited publishing run went to Goodwill and the United Way. So, pretty wholesome story right there. So that's how good old Captain Underpants came to be. Aw, Bones, it doesn't look like your video's down here. I could put it in, though, because it is definitely useful information. So, due to this very limited run of this very early version of Captain Underpants, it's rumored that only 25 to 50 copies were speculated to ever be made. It fell into obscurity, and it remained lost for several years. Yeah, I know, go shed a couple tears, go crack open a beer, make your worries go away. But it was definitely quite obscure for several years, and in fact, we didn't even know this whole prototype novel even existed because it really wasn't talked about online, Unlike, a lot of other pilots or early versions of various properties, you see those, they get mentioned a lot, but I bet considering, Captain Underpants, it's one of those things, a lot of people are nostalgic for it, but, since it's like lost literature, and lost literature really doesn't attract the things that like lost TV pilots and lost prototypes of games and whatnot do, it definitely fell under the radar to some extent. But that was until, and I will go to the Reddit post here, this was until 5 years ago. Wow, it's been that long. February 26th, 2020. At 9:27 p.m. EST, when the Abiding Times stated, "I own the very first version of Captain Underpants that Dave ever produced while at Kent State. He Xeroxed it and hand-stapled the thing, then sold it at a few local stores to raise money for charity. Does anyone have the idea what something like this is worth?" And, he was actually like, I think he responded a couple times in this thread, but he really didn't provide anything else aside from, acknowledging the book's existence. Everyone was going insane. Everyone was going apeshit like, "Oh my god, early Captain Underpants, let's go! Could you scan it? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark." Yeah, needless to say, so this is what happened. So, 8 days ago, literally 8 days ago, the Abiding Times, after going dormant for like 4 years, was like, "Here's the center of the book for all folks who thought it was fake," and literally like confirms the entire book's existence. And not only that, posts wrong article. Post, like, a good 10 pages from the book itself. This is wild. So we got this sort of, like, I don't know what this is called. This would be, like, the page with all, like, the copyright info and whatnot. But also, we got pages from the book itself. A lot of the book, you know, it's pretty similar styles to the rest of the Captain Underpants series, albeit with the early designs prevalent throughout. Why is the Triforce from Zelda on this? Here he's leaping across the Terminal Tower in Cleveland, Ohio. And here's Dave's biography, which I believe is featured in all of his books. It all started here, boys. It all started here. Fun times. So, it has definitely been a crazy search so far, and I am glad to have been a part of it, needless to say, and, you know, definitely pushing this search quite a bit. You know, I know LSSQ covered it in some of his recent videos. It's definitely turned into something that has blossomed into something truly remarkable. And yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, you know. It's super interesting from a preservation standpoint, from a nostalgia standpoint, you know, just a general lost media perspective. However, and here's a big however, like, you can blow this up 3 times and it still wouldn't be big enough, probably. You could blow up the word however, and something happened today. Something very interesting happened today. So, someone was on the LMW, and they were talking about, because, you know, the Really Cool Adventures of Captain Underpants, it has its own little search channel in the LMW someone created. Yeah, Captain Underpants slapped when I was like 5 to 7. Hey, it slapped for me too. I think a lot of people, you know, they were definitely into those books back in the day. But somebody created its own little search channel on the LMW, and it started with, so someone by the name of Wiki, I believe that's how you pronounce it, was like, "Hello, I just watched LSSQ's new video on finds of 2025. He said if that there was a way to Dave, there might be a chance that he could reveal it to us, but that Dave has no internet presence currently to contact him." And then they go on to state, "I think I just found a direct line of contact to him, phone number and email. Is anyone interested enough with that this I can give you his contact?" So, you heard it there, folks. It seems that this person found several different contacts to Dave Pilkey, and as it was referred to before, Dave is an infamously hard person to contact. Like, people have tried for, like, I don't know, a year, 2 years at this point to try to contact this guy, and it has been a challenge. It has definitely been very interesting, because, like, I don't know if the guy has any, like, social media presence. I think he has, like, Instagram that he doesn't respond to or something like that, but maybe not even that. But Dave Pilkey, he is an infamously hard person to contact at the end of the day. And it seems that this person, and Yoshi initially brought it up to me because he added me in the chat here, and I went and I said, "Hey, Hiki, you can send over anything you have." And they DM me the contacts, and what do you know? I'm gonna open the DM here. So Hiki sends me 3 emails connected to Dave, as well as a phone number connected to Dave. And I'm not obviously gonna share that stuff, but that is definitely some huge things. And they said, you know, they basically went over, yeah, I was watching the LSSQ video, and I found the various things through another resource, which I'm not going to name. So, needless to say, if this actually works out, we could actually get a direct line to Dave and say, like, "Hey, we want this, and we're going to get it." Yeah, hopefully he does respond and gives his blessing to scan it. I truly I mean, it doesn't seem that Dave, he comes across as a pretty chill guy, you know. He comes across as pretty low-key, which is probably why he's so hard to contact. Yeah, I mean, I don't want this turned into... Listen, fingers crossed, Bones. I don't want this to turn into, like, a me and my friends situation, but, like, I don't know. We're pretty close at this point. It's legit, like... There's a possibility we could get this found within, like, the next week. Fucking wild. Yeah. Yeah, so... I don't know. It's just crazy. It's fucking wild. Fingers crossed, gang. Listen, I'm keeping those fingers crossed. It's going to be like that game we played in elementary school. It's like the cheese touch. That's another reference to another famous childhood book series, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Only real ones know about the cheese touch. And my chocolate milk's gone. That's fantastic. So a bunch of spit's going to build up in my mouth, and I'm going to stutter. Fantastic. Yeah, so, I mean, again, I think that, well, the initial, like, hookup with the search, with the, I don't know what you would call it, like, the initial, like, challenge. Yeah, revision. So, the initial challenge with the search was, you know, obviously Dave was a very hard person to contact, but also the Abiding Times, who made his new account and posted the various pages on this Reddit thing. He posted even more, by the way, through here, and that's what you see on the LMW article. The main hookup, the main sort of hullabaloo with the search was, you know, he couldn't post the entire book because he was worried about copyright. Now, L did bring up a good point in his video that I don't think, you know, Dave would really go out and actually, like, take a lot of the stuff down. If anything, he'd be quite proud to see a lot of this old work actually, like, getting the spotlight. Yeah, I wonder if Jeff Kinney has older revisions of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I think, like, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I don't know a lot about, like, the pre-production of the series, but I know that, like, it initially originated from some sort of, like, comic he created or some shit like that, but... Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. So what I was saying was, you know, Dave, you know, I think he'd be pretty proud to see a lot of his early work finally getting the spotlight, especially in the lost media scene. You know, he comes across as a pretty chill guy. And I hope, you know, that really results in something bigger happening, whether we get this entire story found or we get even more pages found. I don't know, but it's definitely crazy that we're at this point in the search to say that we can actually, like, get in contact with them now, and it seems like a lot of this stuff is legit. So, yeah, crazy shit. Yeah, he does. So that's another thing I would like to bring up. So there was an entire news report created for CBS Sunday Morning about Dave Pilkey. And right here, you can actually see, this is one of the original, like, posters for it. But also, there is a full-color version of the book, or at least a full-color cover of it. I'm going to go frame by frame here. I might be past it by now. There it is. So right there, that is the prototype novel he's holding right there. And there's a shot. I'm going to try to get it here. Right there. So you can kind of see right here what the original cover looks like. I will pull up a reference. Let's see. Get back to the LMW page here. Yeah, most graphic... Yeah, I knew, like, the original, like, Captain Underpants books, they only came in black and white, and only the cover was colored. I'm just gonna go right here to the forum. Yeah, but it seems like, you know, since this was, like, a limited run, and, you know, Dave was basically doing this out of his own pocket at the time, you know, he really didn't have any, like, formal publishing agreement or anything like that. He only printed like 45 to 50 copies, you know. I'm not really surprised, like, this right here is black and white, like the entire, like, because it only really seemed to be like a paperback, you know, Xerox podunk operation he was running, but I'm not surprised he actually has like a full color cover of it. You can see right here the yellow text. But yeah, very interesting, very, very interesting. So what else? Yeah, the internet. That's another one too. The intertitle zone. Shit, I already forgot about that. It's funny that that got found. You know, because if there was something that like I wouldn't have never expected to get found, like in terms of like SpongeBob stuff. I know it's not like directly SpongeBob stuff, but you know, it's Steven Hillenburg, same sort of area. But if there's anything from like the general like SpongeBob realm of lost media that I never expected to get found, it would definitely be the intertitle zone, which that was definitely crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, this got found last year, coming up on the 1-year anniversary of it getting found, and pretty fucking wild if I do say so myself. Yeah, I guess it's like a prototype of SpongeBob because, you know, it shares a lot of the elements. You know, you got Bob the Sponge, you got a lot of like the sea life, the whole theme with, you know, it's got the snail, the starfish, the shrimp. There's not really like a shrimp main character in SpongeBob, but you know what I mean. It's got the whole theme going on. Yeah, SpongeBob adjacent. I think that's a good way to describe it. Yeah, it's just crazy that this thing got found because, like, it seems to be just one of those things, you know, it was locked up for a long time, and a lot of people didn't even realize, like, it was totally lost, you know, it was just one of those things, you know, it was a part of the history of the show, and, you know, it would constantly be brought up in all these interviews and articles and whatnot, and it's, you know, it's just crazy because we have so much from SpongeBob now, it's not even... They even bring up the SpongeBoy rumor in here. The famous SpongeBoy rumor. Even I fell victim to that, and you know how thorough I am with my research. I fell victim to that back when I was creating the Reef Blower video, and I actually said something about, like, oh, SpongeBoy, you know, they actually had to change the name of the character, because, you know, SpongeBoy was a mop product, you know. You know, good old Kid Leaf Stoop famously debunked that with, like, a 30-minute video. I remember when that came out, and I was just, my mind was like gaping. It was on the floor like a cartoon character. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Yeah, it's a great video. I definitely suggest y'all go out and actually watch it. I wonder what happened to that guy. You know, he was actually creating some pretty cool videos for a while. I know I created the what was it called? The Simpsons Season 6 DVD box set. You know, that whole controversy was like Homer's head, and, you know, people were angry that it really didn't match up with the rest of the DVDs, so they put out a little program where you could switch your box out. That was pretty cool. He's on break. I mean, that's what I figured. He is a lot... That's good to know, Yoshi. I mean, I didn't think he would die, but, like, I don't know. It's good to hear, though. Good to hear he's just on break, you know. He's enjoying his life. But that whole controversy with the whole Simpsons box thing, that was super interesting, and there was some lost media related to that, so what I did was I created an article on that. I'm going to go to my user page here and try to find that article. It's called the Season 6 Alternative Packaging Program. This is actually one of my favorite articles I've ever actually created for the site. It's just such an interesting topic. And there's a comment down here. Someone actually brings it up. Lol, I love how Kid Leaf Stoop said it isn't some crazy lost media, but this page exists. It's still lost media, though. It's still worth preserving in some capacity, in my opinion. So here's a picture of the infamous Homer head. If you love storing your digital media inside a hollow out head, you know who to call. But if you don't, they've provided this box right here. Pretty fire shit. But yeah, that was definitely something. Anyways, I know I was editing this okay. I know I was editing this article earlier, but I don't know. I'm gonna take like a little audience poll here. Do you want to see me actually like finish this up and just try to find references for this? Because it seems like, you know, there aren't many like specific references that aren't like IMDb and Wikipedia and whatnot. Although I could try to look more in depth into those pages and see what is available. Like, I don't think I looked into this Fred Bassett and the Perishers type of deal. That does not have an article on Wikipedia. Let's try to search it up. Seems to be a British comic strip. I did not know about this, but it is definitely something. This is some interesting design we got going here. This might actually be a screenshot from the special they're talking about here on the article. Alright, I am back after that brief interruption. So, where were we? Ah, yes, the good old Bill Melendez Productions article. Why not? Okay. So, as I was saying, we will look more into this, probably, but it would just take some time. And I would have to find more, like, general references for these parts of the article. But, anyways. Staying on topic here, we got No Man's Valley. Let's try to find something from this. I should probably specify from 1981. There is a Wikipedia article on this. Now, does it have any specific... I mean, it has a couple references to, like, books. Now, you know how I am on books. Woo boy! Books. Am I right? Airline food. So, let's see, we had Babar the elephant. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely use this, though. This is definitely... It's even on archive.org, damn. Just, you know, serve it on a silver platter for the boys back home. And what is this called? Okay, page 288. So I'm going to zoom in on this. Forgot that's not how it works on archive.org. God damn it. Okay. So if we just zoom in here, I'm assuming this is the page that mentions it. Yeah, it's right here. It was produced by Bill Melendez. It was directed by Bill Melendez and Phil Roman. And it aired on November 23rd, 1981. So I guess I'll just say, I already had the link in there. Book. No Man's Valley. It's probably the best we're going to do it. Actually, what is this book called? Because this isn't really like the professional way wording it. I want to try to get like the actual... Is it just called Animated TV Specials? And then it has the subtitle, Complete Directory to the First 25 Years. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the full title right there. What's it? So the book, Animated Television Specials, made a whole ass book about that. There must be quite a bit of television specials. Well, I mean, I would assume so, but they made a whole ass book about it. I could probably leave out the dates, but the book, Animated TV Specials, The Complete Directory, yada yada yada, mentioning No Man's Valley. Yeah, I think that's good. Retrieved 28th of March 25. 25. In the big 25. There it is. There it is. There we go. Alright, Fred Bassett and the Perishers. I could probably find a reference for this. I did try a little bit earlier, but then I got interrupted. If I specify the dates, that should probably pull up something. So here it is on IA. I'm assuming this is the full special. Bone of Connection reminds me of a certain person who's watching this stream right now. At least I assume. Is that a Mr. Bones reference? It only says partially found up here. I wonder why. Is this the full special? Or is it just segments? What is this? Like, legit, like, what is the status on this? They all seem to be the same length, too. Oh, it seems like they're different, too, in terms of, like, content. Interesting. Okay, it is a series of cartoon shorts. I did not see that. 20 cartoon shorts were produced for each series. Half of the Fred Bassett cartoons. Let me go back here and see. maybe like 1976, so I could just narrow it down to a specific year. A lot of this is just like general, like publicly editable websites, though. That's the thing. It's this site. Now read this. Okay, I will read it. It seems to be very demanding. I don't know. It doesn't seem to mention it. So this is the Super Logos Wiki. Whatever the hell this is. Probably some closing logo shit. Ending titles. The end. Oh yeah, the end. Of course. No. We're not using that as a resource. Oh, we're going to page 3 of Google. You know we're digging deep when we gotta go to page 3 of Google. What was that one piece of lost media that got found on, like, the 18th? I think it was, like, the Mr. Potato Head show or some shit like that. It got found on, like, page 18 of Google. I know Yoshi would probably know about that if he's still here. It wasn't true. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. What was it then? Like, where did I hear that from? Is it me, or do you sound like Ellis's Q? Maybe a little bit. That story is BS. I don't know. Yeah, Jorge. Yeah, I know I heard it from, like, Jorge back when he made that video way back in the day. But, like, not Jorge himself, but, like, someone who was, like, in his comments or whatever. I forget, like, the whole scenario, but I don't know. It's still funny to think about. Just, like, imagine if there's lost media on page 18 of Google. Like, I feel like it's sometimes too good to be true, but, like, on one hand, it's still possible that some, like, obscure site somewhere still has it. Oh, the Mr. Potato Head show. There was a story circulating that a YouTube user obtained the episodes on page 50 of Google from a sketchy website. However, this story is false. Good to know. Good to know. I wonder where that entire thing started. It's wild. Listen, that's just, I mean, that's funny to think about, though. Like, someone actually, like, was like, hey, they found this on page 50 of Google. Like, that just seems too good to be true. Although, it does seem plausible from a practical perspective. Theoretically, hypothetically speaking, maybe we could find some of these on page 50 of Google. We look hard enough, we could go on, like, I don't know. Jasper, the Story of a Mule, 25. Jasper's store? Oh man, I can buy some stuff. $84.93 for the Jasper reading bundle. Gotta love it. Jasper the Mule t-shirt, $14.99. What is that? What is that? That looks rough. Some asshole who re-uploaded them to YouTube and tried to take all the credit. I mean, I can relate. That's definitely happened a couple times. Yeah, save the money on your Jasper the Mule stuff. Get it while it's on sale. Go to Walmart. Go to the Jasper the Mule section. Get your stuff. Donkey. Donkey. Does kind of look like the donkey from Shrek. Except even he's brown. Oh, we're going on the Russian website now. This just seems to be like a general resource. I don't know. I mean, we could definitely roll with the 2 references, but I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with that. I feel like there's just a lot more that needs to, like, generally be referenced. It's just wild. We looked at Babar. Some shit called Molly. No Man's Valley. We looked at that. We got the reference for that. The only one we got a reference for. This one really doesn't need it. Casey and the Comics. Doesn't seem to have anything else on the wiki. We search this up on Google. It's from an unknown year too, so we can't even narrow it down through that. Shit. Go to the preview here. I mean, how do we even confirm this exists? Because it has an unknown year. Oh, it only got a mention on the Bill Melendez. Okay, now we know where to go. This is not my first rodeo with the Bill Melendez website. Ref name, BM. Where was it? I could probably just put the Bill Melendez website for most of these, honestly, because I know it's mentioned on there, definitely. If I go here and just look at all the productions. Contacts. What's that? Feature films, television, specials, commercials. I'm assuming all of these are mentioned here. Now this is just the peanut stuff. You can look at the other stuff. Babar 3. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is mentioned on here. You can definitely just put it for this. I know Molly 3 was mentioned on there. That's probably the only resource that mentions that. Babar 3. Probably put that right there. Put one right here. Slap that thing on there. Jasper, the story of a mule. Did we find anything for this? This is the IMDb page for it, it seems. Is there any other resource on here? Well, shit. Oh well, just slap it on there. Okay, so a lot of this just links back to Bill Melendez's website, which I'm fine with that, because this is a primary source, it seems, and if anyone's going to know what Bill Melendez made, it'd be Bill Melendez himself. So, yeah, just to get this over with on this front, I think that's definitely good. I could definitely add on more to this, but for now, it seems that it is time to move on. Everything looks good, and divine, delicious. The one, the only Bill Melendez Productions article for the found non-Peanuts media of the studio. Yeah, syndicates, I know you're bringing up a boy named Charlie Brown, and I know I did talk about that a little bit earlier. Let's see what else I can find on it. Yeah, it was the, let's see here. I'm gonna go back. Now, I know you're very excited. I mean, I'm not sure what else in terms of like the search itself like would be worth bringing up. I mean, I brought it up quite a bit on the last live stream when you initially brought the information to me, but what I can do, it's funny, what was I gonna say? I'm gonna go back to the needing words section here. Pin this. So, yeah, remember how I said earlier that there's like hundreds of these things? This is just page 1. I can just go up. It's like a good 200, 300 maybe pages just on page 1, and then if you go to the next page, there's even more. This just goes up to N. Wild. Wild. It's funny. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? One of the goated game shows. In January 2000, Tim Shields went into the hot seat on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He ended up missing a $16,000 question, but it was later discovered his question was flawed. So, the show brought him back in an unaired segment and ended up winning $500,000. In May 2000, he was invited back for the Champions Edition and made it to the end of the second night. Possible $1 million question. This seems like an LMA article, I ain't gonna lie. Like, just with, like, the weird formatting they got going on here. Like, literally, who makes a heading and puts the possible $1 million question? Like, just make it, like, a part of the article itself at this point. Interesting. Very interesting. So I can definitely put that one on the docket to fix up. It's another interesting one. Some Sonic stuff on here. Sonic DS, I remember hearing about this back in the day. This is the one that they showed at E3 2004. And it's got quite the lack of content. I don't know, it seems like for a lot of like these like smaller pieces of lost media that just don't have a lot of info on them, it really makes sense for them to have like a lack of content. I don't think that's really anything hindering the article's existence. Damn, 2015. This article is almost 10 years old. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, I don't know what else you would add to this. I feel like this is just like a general overview of what we know about Sonic DS. I mean, there's probably something, but who knows? I'm gonna go back to A here. We're gonna see A, found animated short film, and it has a lack of content. I do remember seeing this back in the day when I was initially looking at this category. It's just weird. A was an animated short film created by John Lianka in 1965. It was about a writer literally being tormented by the letter A. That's scary. That's extremely scary. I'm shaking in my boots right now. Bim Bum Bam. Bim Bum Bam. Bim Bum Bam. That's Bim Bum Bam indeed. That's what it says. Funny shit. Okay, this is needing work due to a lack of references. Now, I'm gonna see what needs fixing here. Well, first of all, this opening paragraph is literally just a sentence. First, we gotta find more information on Bim Bum Bam. Should probably close out a lot of these tabs. Bim Bum Bam. Indeed, that is Bim Bum Bam on Simple English Wikipedia. Is there like a regular English Wikipedia article on this? There's one on the Italian wiki, which I would assume... Wait, translate? Oh, there it goes. Alright, see you later, syndicates. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Yeah, so we're sort of climbing up to the 2-hour mark here. I usually only go for around 2 hours anyways on these streams, so... I mean, I got other stuff I gotta do today anyway, so... I might be heading off soon as well. But I'll stay for a little bit longer. So, Bim Bum Bam. I don't know. Do we really want to fix this article right now? I feel like this is something that could easily be fixed at a later date. You know, in the general scheme of things, I don't think it's that interesting, but it's something for sure. Ooh. Gotta love the not so... This article has been tagged as needing work due to its improper / broken formatting, lack of focus, poor references, and excessive use of placeholders. Good lord. Okay, this looks like something. This looks like something. Unknown. Man, I wonder what episode 7 is called. Oh, Unknown. Yeah, it also aired on unknown air date. The only one that's known is the first episode. That's wild. That's wild. Oh yeah, and just one episode of season 5. Other lost content. Some shit I don't care about. Good lord. What's another one? We're just in C right now, damn. Let's in C. Let's look at C. Good old C. Cartoon Network NBA All-Star Slam. I kind of remember hearing about this back in the day. This was definitely something. One second. Anyways. Doesn't seem like there's a lot that needs to be done here. It seems like... Whoa! Whoa! They actually got one of these now? No way. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. They actually, like... That's pretty wild. That's pretty cool. Pretty epic. What I'm talking about is this thing right here. This template. I wonder how you go about creating one of these, because I know there's a couple pages on the wiki that need one of these, so... Or a couple topics, I should say. If you go to, like, create page, just make a category, probably. You'd do template, and then edit it. Damn, CN Reel. There's a lot of lost media there, that's for sure. You can make a whole ass video about CN Reel. Good old CN Reel, one of the goated Cartoon Network blocks. Just kidding. It was actually pretty disgusting. How dare they air live action shows on Cartoon Network? That's a good one. That's a good... Tony Hawk's Warehouse? Dog. Bobby Says was definitely the GOAT. Love Bobby. Look at him over here. He's looking pretty tough with his camera. This guy... E? Oh, it's just for editing purposes. View this template. That's just for, yeah. Okay. I wonder what other stuff is on here. That is cool now that they actually have templates. Pretty fire shit. Why is it in the Disney category? That's not... Yeah, someone had a little bit of a screw up right there, it seems. Let's go to the new pages, why not? We'll see what's new on the wiki. I did see this article earlier, by the way, and that's NSFW. We're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna like interfere. Fun times, fun times. That is the risk on going on the LMW. You know, I don't want to get demonetized for clicking on some shit. I don't. Yeah. Oh, by the way, okay. I probably should say this. I should probably, you know, do something. So, do a little bit of funny here. We're gonna do a little funny. To leak my next video, ooh boy, it's gonna be every piece of Mario Lost Media on the Lost Media Wiki. Now I know there's only 5 of you here right now because I can see my little stream dashboard to the right of me. So, you know, feel free to take that information as you will. What else is on the wiki? Oh, I did see this earlier too. This is what I was talking about with like the Roman Empire shit on the wiki. It's crazy. How many links do you need? Good lord. They're all links to Wikipedia too. That's funny. Yeah, keep those lips sealed, Angry Ginger. You don't want the secret BrayBray information that I'm only telling 5 people to come out. Ooh. This classified information. Try pronouncing that 10 times. Lost media search. Dog, we really searching for lost Roman Empire shit? It's wild. I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. Damn, 79 references? That's a lot of references. Lots of references. I mean, this seems like a good page on this. Jesus Christ, someone will have a hell of a time to delete the wiki link. Yeah, that goes without saying, personally speaking. I've done that before on several pages on this wiki. I've had to delete like tons of links from pages, and it is not fun because you just have to go and it's so tedious. Also, somebody's got to fix these references too. Make them like detailed, you know, actually like put text over them and put the retrieve date on it. Let's go to a random page. Coast BMX Full Grind Lost Online Game. Oh, this one's needing work too. How fun. How fun. Is this like a GBA game? I know it's online, but I don't know. I don't know. Nah, I still can't get over the fact that they actually have this now. This is pretty cool. I might actually create a few of these for franchises that need them. Or categories. The pilot of The Simpsons. Of course we get the pilot of The Simpsons. Why wouldn't we? It's only tradition. So, I should probably talk about the other video that I was going to be working on. So, I am doing, and I don't know how much I'm supposed to say about this now, or what I should say, but I am doing a sort of collab with some other Lost Media friends of mine, and what we're doing is we're going to go over various searches that are very important to the history of the Lost Media scene, and we're all going to release a different video on various important searches. It's going to be a list counting down from 10. So one person's going to release 10, and the other's going to release 9, and we're going to get down to 1. And I'm doing 1. Now, I'm not going to say which search I'm doing, but needless to say, it is what we thought to be the very utmost important search in the history of Lost Media. So make sure to tune into that very, very soon. It should be out by now. We did set a deadline for April 18th to actually get things done, but we should start actually getting these videos out very, very soon, within the next few months. So certainly keep your eyes on that, and yeah, it'll certainly be something fun. Yeah, SpongeBob Albanian dub is in fact number 1. Miles did in fact guess it. Congratulations, you win $1.2 trillion. Trillion dollars. You gotta love it. We do a little funny. Hey, don't tell anybody it's Clockman. Shh. Yeah, Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshi's in the. He's in the know. He's in the know. I love cracking clocks, man. It's the M. Dickey show. I'm just gonna get away from that. We don't even want to interfere. I sure love clock, man. There's your hint. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Fun times. Fun times. Oh boy. So yeah, we're crossing the 2-hour mark. We crossed the 2-hour mark 2 minutes ago. And I'm not gonna say goodbye just yet, because I know there's stuff I probably got to talk about. So, fixing wiki articles, we did that. We talked about some of the new Lost Media finds, including the all-new Jeopardy pilot, which got found earlier on the stream. If some of the new viewers, there's probably not many of you, but if you guys missed that part of the stream, feel free to rewind back and tune into the part, because woo boy, that was certainly something. And I did in fact yap about the new videos, so we pretty much got everything done on that front. Fun times. Oh, the DXP got found. This is the show that aired on Disney XD back in the day. It was like gaming content from YouTube. I think they had some originals on there too, but I actually do remember seeing this quite a bit back in the day. I didn't watch anything from it, but I remember, going in the channel guide, I would pass Disney XD and I'd see this show. It was constantly on back in the day, but just because of the volume of content that was aired on it, it was lost for quite a while. Until yesterday, it seems. What else got found? Oh yeah, the Doug Davidson pilot of The Price is Right. The new Price is Right, specifically, got found. That's another game show pilot. We've gotten quite a few game show pilots as of recent. Really, really cool. Unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns. Well, some stations chose not to air it at all to make room for news coverage of the O.J. Simpson murder trial. There's another victim of O.J., just like Norm. Good old Norm Macdonald. Rest in peace to the legend. Alright, so yeah, I don't know, there's really not much else to talk about. I might just end this stream right here. I got stuff I gotta do. So it has been a very, very fun time hanging out with you all for the past 2 hours in this stream. We got quite a bit done. We removed 2 needing word tags from articles on the LMW. I had to deal with the whole situation with the all-new Jeopardy pilot getting found. Pretty exciting stuff going on here on the BrayBray live stream. I also talked about Captain Underpants. I talked about some of my new videos. You know, the whole collab coming out, the Mario video, stuff like that. I yapped. I had fun. I drank some chocolate milk. The chocolate milk was delicious, by the way. Don't at me. And, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. So, this has been BrayBray. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and remember that Buff Yoshi is forever supreme. Goodbye, everybody.